Hello, I'm Rick Rosenthal.
And I'm Allison Payne. We'd like to welcome you to the Museum of Broadcast Communications Kraft Telecenter and the NBC News Center.
Now, before you start your own News Center broadcast, let's take a behind-the-scenes look at WGN News and the production of our 9 o'clock newscast.
45, we got a fire on the fourth floor. It's under control.
News coverage begins at the assignment desk, where assignment editors monitor police and fire radios, check out phone leads, and sift through an endless stream of news releases.
Reporters and camera crews are assigned to cover a variety of news and feature stories. Some of the coverage is predictable, such as news conferences and appearances by public officials. Other stories are far less predictable: tornadoes, fires, crimes, breaking news.
The reporter and the camera person gather all the audio and video needed to tell the story. If the news event warrants live coverage, a news vehicle with microwave gear is dispatched to feed material directly from the scene. Throughout the day, national and international stories also come to WGN via satellite feeds, including several from cable news network.
The pace quickens in the news department as the day goes on. The producer of the newscast meets with anchors, news managers, desk personnel, and writers to help determine the program's rundown. That's the batting order for the stories in the newscast. Tape editors begin editing the reporter packages scheduled for the 9 o'clock news.
Writers script anchor leads and tags for those packages, and they script the readers, those stories that have no videotape support. Anchors are busy scripting stories they covered, working on news breaks that air throughout the day, and reviewing scripts as airtime draws near. A graphic artist works with an electronic palette to compose computer graphics to enhance the presentation of many of the news stories.
In the weather office, Tom Skilling is busy reviewing computer data, putting satellite photos in sequence, composing scores of weather graphics, and fine-tuning his nightly predictions. Our sports department is monitoring and recording all major sports events and editing highlights onto playback tapes for our newscast.
And finally, it's airtime. There are a lot of people behind the scenes at WGN who get the newscast on the air, just as is the case here at the NBC News Center. In the control room, the director and his or her technical staff switch between various video and audio sources, both live and on tape. They add graphics, and let's not forget this one, insert commercials at the appropriate times, too. A tape playback engineer uses 4 playback machines to air 40 or more tapes during a typical 1-hour newscast.
In the studio, camera operators frame shots, a floor director cues talent, and a stagehand keeps the teleprompter in sync with the reading pace of the anchors.
Tom Skilling next to tell us.
It's been another busy news day, and scores of people, assignment editors, reporters, producers, writers, technicians, have all rallied to bring an hour of news, weather, and sports into your home.
The NBC News Center is your chance to see what it's like to put a finished newscast on the air.
So adjust your NBC News blazer, make sure your microphone is on, and rehearse your script one last time.
Wait for your cue. Your NBC News Center newscast is about to begin.
For WGN News and the Museum of Broadcast Communications, I'm Allison Payne.
I'm Rick Rosenthal. Enjoy your visit to the museum and your NBC News Center experience.
Live from the Museum of Broadcast Communications Kraft Telecenter, Chicago's newest news team brings you the latest NBC News.
Can I start now? Good afternoon from the NBC News Center. I am Johnathan Harold, and these are my co-anchors, Allison and Greg. These are the top stories at this hour. In London today, there was a changing of the guard at the Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. The wax statue of former President Bush was replaced by one of our new President Bill Clinton. The statue is worth more than $30,000.
17 cartoon superstars got together to talk to kids about staying away from drugs. This was seen over America's #1 TV network, NBC. The superstars are trying to help a boy who is in trouble.
What's up, Doc, is your life, if you don't cut it out.
There's nothing cool about a fool on drugs.
Just believe in yourself.
Yeah, you're excellent just the way you are, without drugs.
The Space Shuttle Enterprise landed in the desert after finishing its record flight. The shuttle stayed in the space for 3 weeks, and 3 of the crew walked in space to help fix a broken spaceship. The next launch is at Friday at sunrise.
In Chicago, there's a war on crime and a war on drugs. Now there is a war on graffiti. Alderman Dick Mel's graffiti buster rides the streets looking for any sign of graffiti. The van has a spray gun to cover up all of the spray paint.
It's a massive program. Whether we're going to be successful or not, the jury's still out on that, obviously. But if it doesn't happen, it won't because we didn't try.
When we return, a new parking lot for the city and hundreds of video games under one roof.
Kraft macaroni and cheese. There's one thing you will find, you can't get it off your mind. Because when the cheese starts flowing, Kraft gets your noodle going.
It's a telescope pony.
Looking at planet Ziggeroni. It sounds great on the ferry.
Or when you're all alone, it's got cheesy macaroni.
Because when the cheese starts flowing,
Moo.
Kraft gets your noodle going.
Chicago police are cracking down on parking tickets. The city council passed through a tough new law, so watch out. 5 tickets in your car can get towed. After 10 tickets, they can take away your license. The city hopes to get $10 million in fines.
What would you call a place that was home to more than 700 video games that you could play for as long as you wanted for only $10? Well, the first annual Tournament of Power is underway at Coe College. Pinball and video games, laser shows, and no time limits are all part of this video playground. The one-time charge is for everyone, and some people leave as winners.
Well, the East gets all the rain. We haven't had a drop. Let's find out about the weather from Tom Skilling.
Well, thank you very much, and what a beautiful day in Chicago. Bright sunshine here as the morning clouds moved out. But look what's happening out in the Plain States. There's a new area of cloudiness and rain moving our way, and this could be in as early as late tonight. Could even mess up the early part of tomorrow. We'll have to watch that. We're expecting 1 or 2 inches of rain out in the Plain States, and we also think out there may be some severe weather. Hopefully that will not reach Chicago. Well, that's a check of the weather pattern from our NBC Weather Center. And now I'm pleased to return it to one of the most popular new anchors in our business.
Thanks, Tom. Nice tie. Today, everyone is aware of our environment and of how they can do their part to save the earth. Our NBC News crew found these workers planting trees along the road. This is part of a program to make the city more beautiful. There is good news from the water plant. Workers say the quality of our water keeps getting better. And kids at this school have learned that garbage has more than one use. They have made art out of plastic bottles and tin cans.
It's cool the way they recycle. It's amazing what you could do. You can make more parks and you can save the world and everything.
After this break, we will see Michael Jordan in action and the cutest baby in America.
Vince, remember how we got our jobs telling people to buckle up?
Yeah, it seems just like yesterday.
Next.
To buckle or not to buckle?
Next.
The band.
Next. We are never going to find a safety belt spokesperson.
Let's get buckled!
Yeah, we've helped save thousands of lives.
But some people still don't buckle up. So let's hit it!
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Greg, don't. In sports, the Chicago Bulls won a record 21 games, beating Cleveland 121-77. The undefeated Bulls were led by superstar Michael Jordan, 75 points. He scored jump shots, layups, and of course, dunks. Other games, the Celtics beat the Lakers and the Suns tipped the Jazz. The 76ers beat the Bucks and the Heat shut out Indiana.
In baseball, it was a great day for our home teams. At Wrigley Field, the wind had the Cubs slipping and sliding all day, but the Mets could only get 1 run as the Cubs beat them 12-1. The White Sox went to Seattle, where they had lost 3 in a row. Frank Thomas hit his 40th home run to give the Sox a 3-1 win, and Bobby Thigpen came to get the save. Other games around the league, the Expos beat the Mets, the Braves shut out the Cardinals, and the Padres topped the Pirates. The Red Sox beat the Rangers, and the Tigers beat Oakland.
Life magazine just picked Adam West as the cutest baby in America. His mother, Robin, had no idea that her son would beat out 20,000 other babies for the grand prize.
There's there's millions of babies, millions. And every time I go into the grocery store, everybody has a baby that's cute or cuter than yours.
TV and radio stations, as well as newspapers, came to their house by the busload to see the famous boy. But his mom knows that even fame won't keep him from grinding his cookies into the carpet. Well, that's all the news for now. Thanks for watching the NBC News Center.